Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Circle of Manic with Yulala Gomez again. And today we will have another interactive tarot reading. So for today, we will have two options, option number 1 and option number 2. Take a moment, breathe in, connect. And if you chose this version, you can skip your video. Under the description box, you'll find the exact minutes where you will find the second option. For now, we will start with group number 1. Let's see what are the messages for group number 1 today. Group number 1. Group number 1, you have the Tower, the Ace of Swords, 7 of Cups, Justice, Emperor, and 4 of Wands. Right now, group number 1, I'm going to start with the end. You are establishing a structure in your life. You're embracing order, organization, and it's functioning or is going to start functioning. Because you've crossed a moment in your life by destiny, there was a necessity of breaking up something in your life. There was an awakening moment in which you saw with a lot of clarity things that were quite confusing for you. And it came as a movement of destiny. You know, we have been crossing this month with a lot of astrological positions that point to us to situations that are very karmic. So group number 1 had sudden realizations of things that weren't clear. And the moment that group number 1 did that movement, something could advance and organize or start the motion towards an organization and stability in your structure. Group number 1. I need to clarify that the confusion that you had or the clarity that you received is not of only mental character, meaning it's not because you didn't understand a situation or the confusion was coming from a lack of comprehension. On the contrary, I think that you were giving a lot of mind to a situation to the extent of creating mental stress. You were giving a lot of attention to the mental details, to your inner conversation, to your inner dialogue about a situation. But the veil fell apart due to the awakening of your third eye, due to the awakening of your intuition, because the mind has a narrative based on what it perceives through the senses. Certain things look good. Certain things sound good. Certain things feel and smell good or taste good, but that doesn't mean that they are necessarily good. And it's the intuition, the third eye, the one in charge of letting us see with clarity those things that aren't good for us, even if they look good. And I am seeing here that there was that movement in your life in which you start realizing with your intuition certain things that shouldn't be there anymore. When you activated your intuition, you could actually see with a lot of clarity something that was before creating confusion. It's like you saw for so long a person, you assume a person for so long that this person was good. This person, like you analyze his or her record, you see this person behaves correct, acts correct, speaks correct, but there is something off. And only when you awaken your intuition, you realize, oh, okay, there is maybe sometimes like energetic abuse, like a vampirism. For example, I'm just giving an example. So, but these are things that are not visible at first sight. First sight, some people might sound nice, like good people, like they have good intentions, that they are amazing. But only when your intuition is tuned in, you're going to be able to realize these small situations. And this is happening here. And this is creating a liberation for you that it will allow you to move on in your structure because you realize what are the things or what are the people that you shouldn't maintain in your system. Group number 1. This was associated to a connection with someone. There is a connection here that took clarity because you undergo a process of massive transformation. When your structure fell apart, you started a process of transformation inside of you, and you went out of a mental stress and you became more tuned with your inner wisdom. And that inner wisdom made you be a person who knows what to say in order to manifest the reality that you desire. And I feel that you could finally realize who is or what is the place of a person in your life. Maybe it's like this feels like you were before judging situations according to the appearance, and maybe this person didn't seem like the right one, or it wasn't seen as the ideal one based on social expectations, mental, like your ideas, your concepts. And due to that transformation, you are allowing now a process of embracing of the energy of the other, and you're participating in an exchange of energy with a person because you are allowing yourself to see that person for whom he or she truly is. Group number 1. There is a connection here that could only be visible the moment that you became, that you broke the old structure that was creating confusion. Because probably you were dealing with karmic relationships in the past. And those karmic relationships, they seem good in appearance. They seem good in a facade. They were looking good. They were looking healthy. They were looking appropriate. They were looking like the thing to do. And once the structure by divine justice fell apart, you could, connect to your intuition and say, But if I was feeling that everything was correct, what happened? The moment that you came out of that illusion, it became very apparent that there is a spiritual connection with someone, and that spiritual connection is giving you a lot of benefit in your energy in order to come out from toxic karmic patterns, connect with your intuition, with your emotions, with your true feelings, and connect with your spiritual family, leaving behind karmic lessons of separation, karmic lessons of division, karmic lessons of always choosing what looks right. This sounds like there is Libra energy in this reading, because sometimes one of the situations that Libra energy might have is the tendency to fall into connections that are not necessarily the healthiest. Group number 1. This connection, I don't think it's an old I don't think it's a new connection, meaning I feel that this person that we are talking about, with whom you have a spiritual connection, is somebody that you already know very well. And there might have been a pause as well in this connection that had a meaning and a purpose. And the meaning and the purpose was in order to heal certain circumstances and situations, to heal resistance, to heal or to cleanse the last bits of mental structure that wasn't letting you embrace this situation for what it is, or this person for what it is, and heal the entitlement, the independence, the self-value, the self-appreciation, because we come by education from really kinds of relationships in which we seek the approval, the love outside. And the moment that this connection needed to be imposed was so that you could heal all those bits here that were missing in the equation. Now a new opportunity will come. In this opportunity, if you know yourself and if you do the work of knowing yourself way better, knowing your energy, knowing who you are, recognizing who you are, you might develop a connection that is very, with this person, that is of higher degree. Because what I sense here is that there was some toxic patterns with this connection. And it's normal that when we come from, living our life with the full vision of 3D, and we encounter these spiritual connections, it's natural that at the beginning we don't leave the connection in our best possible energy, that we have a lot of karmic and toxic patterns that need to be released previous to reconnection. Here I see the opportunity of reconnection, actually. And this reconnection is going to be very friendly. It's going to come with its own step, its own pace. It's not going to be, even though it might come back quickly, it's not going to come with with the highest level of commitment from the beginning. It's going to start like a nice friendship, or restart as a friendship. Here you have a beautiful opportunity to mirror with this person your inner light, to mirror with this person your inner light and develop authenticity, true love, strong self-esteem, creativity, enjoyment, and live a relationship that is, or a connection that is very free, spiritually free, mentally free, free of standards that make you feel bitter, or free from beliefs that limit your expression. Okay, that's why I feel that the connection is gonna come in its own pace, which is not gonna be as you expect traditionally, you know. So yes, this is the reading for you. I hope that this resonates for group number 1, and I'll see you in the next video. So we are going to start the reading for group number 2 now. Group number 2, you got the Lovers and the 5 of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Group number 2. 6 of Cups. Okay, so here I have a similar reading from group number 1. There is here definitely a connection, and a spiritual connection with someone. Okay, this is spiritual connection. I've explained it earlier in other videos, but basically we have different kinds of connections. From a point of view, most of them could be karmic, meaning that they come with lessons from past lives. Some of them, when we say karmic, means that they come to teach us strong lessons, and we suffer, you know, a great deal while learning these lessons. And in the other hand, we could be speaking about connections that are soul connections that come to connect us with our highest possible future, because that person reminds us who we are, not directly, not like this person reminds us who we are talking, but this person reminds us who we are through the connection itself, because that person has a part of us and we have a part of them. And this is what it looks like in this reading, actually in the group number 1 as well. However, there is here a sense of separation that I can notice, because of how you feel, or how the both parties feel about one another, about themselves. Okay, there is a sensation of that you don't have. When you're looking at this card, it's like you feel like you don't have what it takes to be with that person, or that person doesn't have what it takes to be with you, or, you know, in equal terms. That you don't have what it takes to be with that person at financial, emotional, physical, social, that there is so many obstacles for that connection. There is also a sensation of lack of entitlement in this reading, and you are giving the back to actually who you are, because this, to me, is an illusion, but it's an illusion that unfortunately you are looking at. Group number 2. Two of Swords, the Empress, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Sun. You're definitely having exchange and a connection with someone that is mirroring you. This person is mirroring you. So if you are feeling down, it's because this person is mirroring you, your wounds. But at the same time, as this person is mirroring your wounds in the way this person behaves, in the way this person acts, it's also mirroring your greatness, your capacity, your abundance, your beauty, your intelligence, your talents, your gifts. If you are the side, if you are on the side that feels that you're not good enough for this person, your vision is distorted, because when you see that this person is great, it's because this person is showing you your own greatness. And this person and you are part of the same family, soul family, the coven. You come from the same spiritual family. That's why there is such a strong connection here, I can sense. And you are learning through these feelings of insecurities to build your own esteem, to build your own value. You have it, but you need to build it. You need to build your structure based on what you know and that you feel that you are. And this is what is happening here. The spiritual connections not necessarily are there to make us laugh and have a good time and have fun. They are there in order for us to achieve our best possible future, developing our talents, our gifts, our mission in life. And for that, we need to do, a process of cleansing that sometimes comes in a painful, most of the time, in a painful way. However, there is a connection here that is very sincere. It's mutual. There is a lot of sincerity, pure love from soul to soul. Even if the people involved are not necessarily acting in this manner, because sometimes the ego doesn't let us express who we truly are. Group number 2. There is definitely a love story, strong one going on here for group number 2. But there is a part, there is silence, and there is escapism, doubts. So here, the cards are showing me in the 2 corners of the reading, the 2 sevens, the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. Here, there is confusion. There is confusion about the feelings. There is confusion about who the other person is. There is confusion about what you truly feel from one another. And that is creating separation and silence. Because it's very important that throughout this connection, you develop sense of self-worth and value. Who are you? What are your capacities? How's your self-esteem? This is testing your self-esteem. And the doubt and the confusion is coming from like an FOMO, fear of missing out. But the FOMO is developing because, or is there because you don't feel good enough and the other person is not feeling good enough. So you both need to seek like, what is my best possible option in order to feel good? Because there is a search of completing yourself through the other unconsciously. And what this is telling you, no, you need in your silence to develop your own sense of worth, self-worth. You need to realize who you are. You need to discover your value. And you cannot do so always expecting the other to let you know who you are. Group number 2. Two of Wands. For some cases, there might be a sense of separation, and Three of Swords, betrayal. And it could be actually a true, like a, like a real betrayal, like one of the parties went with someone else or is in a relationship with someone else or chose someone else. There is a lot of depression, sadness, movements that are very unconscious and very karmic here. The Six of Swords and the Ten of Cups. You're crossing right now, like the reading started, first confirming to group number 2 that the connection that you have with someone is genuine, that is a genuine spiritual connection, in case that you are doubting it due to how circumstances are going on. Now, yes, you are crossing a very karmic moment. Definitely it is, because there is here a lot of pain, betrayal, wounds. There is a visit here to the inner waters, the card of the moon and the eclipse, the 2 eclipses that we have, one that had and the other one that we are going to have within a few days. And once you cross this negativity, because you need to go within you and understand the origins of your heartbreak. Is it what the person did, or is it how that person made you feel of a past or ancient wound that you are carrying within you and you are replicating vice versa the same? So the silence is needed in this case. And there is a connection here that is taking its time to move forward. But it's necessary, this silence is necessary, and in order to move on from the toxicity. This separation that you are experiencing with this person is meant to be. It's a healthy separation. Because after the confusion gets clear, you have a best possible future with this person. If the work obviously is done. And what would be the work? The cleansing of the karmic patterns. But in order to do that cleansing, first you need to realize what are those patterns, what are those attitudes, actions that you are doing or that you've done throughout the connection, or even in other connections that are very karmic, are toxic, and that you need to leave behind. Because those were creating this sense of betrayal, this sense of lack of appreciation, lack of respect, and it was making it look like a very karmic relationship instead of a soul connection that was meant to be. That is a liberation for you. The eclipses are going to help you this karmic season that we're crossing is going to help you realize all those mental structures, all those repetitive patterns that are old and that you were repeating and holding into them, and they were affecting your connection. Gonna leave those behind. You're definitely having a karmic release of those. And, you know, like this is like our topic during whole March has been a lot about karmic. And yeah, you're closing cycles. You're closing cycles of a karma that you were carrying with you for long, and that they were creating betrayal, chaos, fear of missing out, looking for other options, confusion, sadness, depression, lack of self-esteem. That is being cleared out because life is inviting you to cross all of that so that you can embrace your best possible future next to someone that is meant to be with you. So this was my message for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.